Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ScrapMan, bringing you another episode of Trailmakers, and today we're going to be doing another concept car style build where we just do something kind of weird and unique. And today's build is going to be a combination hover and wheeled vehicle, and it's also going to be a tricycle style vehicle, I think. I don't know exactly if that's going to work, but this is inspired by when I did the video on this camber wheeled concept car, which is one of my favorite creations, to be honest. I love this thing. So if you saw that video, you may remember at one point in the video, my front wheels kind of just fell off. There we go. So the front wheels fell off, and then we had this kind of interesting looking concept, and I was like, what if we did this like a tricycle kind of thing? And then I saw some comments over the past few weeks or months on the channel about using hover pads and wheels for a creation, so that is the genesis of this video idea. But I'm gonna start fresh. I'm not just gonna take this vehicle and then just slap a hover thing onto the front of it. We're gonna completely design something from the ground up. So we're bound to run into some unexpected hurdles and obstacles when it comes to this, and that's part of the fun of it. So let's get building and see what happens. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to prototype number 1. So far, I'm actually pretty happy with how it works. My only criticism right now is that the front doesn't sit lower than the back, so it has like this leaning back effect, and I have the distance of the propeller, or not the propeller, the hover pad on its minimum. So I could maybe just lower down the wheels by 1, but then that makes my center of mass a little bit higher, which makes me more prone to tipping. But this is what I got so far. So the big challenge with building this that I knew was going to be the challenge was turning, because the hover pad in the front has no traction on the ground. So if you're going to turn your front wheel or turn anything really, you need a front and back friction against something. So you can see I put the tail wings on the front there, and that's giving us air friction, which is helping our front end turn. And then I've also added turning to the back wheels so you can see them aid with that turning as well. And I think it's looking pretty cool. I think it's working pretty cool. I went with a roll cage kind of effect on the back using just the pipe pieces. And you can see our engines are contained right behind the seat there. You may have noticed in the time lapse that I did experiment with using the bigger wheels, and it did look pretty cool, and I might want to try that some more. But the thing is that the bigger wheels are so much slower with this amount of engines. So I don't really know. I don't really know if we're going to be able to pull that off without adding a bunch more engines, which might not necessarily be a bad thing. But yeah, this is what I got so far, and I'm liking it. So let's put this thing to some tests now. Let's see, what's the max speed that we have right now? I tried to put some aerodynamics and stuff on here, like in the front, you can see, to hopefully aid in its ability to block some air. But you can see clearly we do have some trouble spots here and there that are more aesthetically caused, but that's just something that we're gonna have to deal with. All right, so let's just head straight down here if we can straighten out. Oh, I don't like that bouncing. I do not like that bouncing. That bouncing is oh, now it's fixed. Okay, we're at 170. Yeah, it seems like about 170 is gonna be where we're capping off. Let's try this again. Hopefully let's not bounce. Okay, 160. Oh, this is weird. I hear like some screeching, like something's going wrong. We're slowing down now. That's weird. All right, yeah, so we're definitely at about 170. So now you also may notice that the wheel camber is different than on the previous one, and that was more because of a tipping issue I was having. Because what we could do is reverse the wheel camber to the way I had it before by just changing this output to -1. Wait, what? Oh, I forgot. That also puts the front tail fins are also on the same sensor, so it doesn't work to just do that. All right, so here we go, and oh boy, this one turns so much sharper. But now you can see it definitely behaves a lot differently. What is going on with this bouncing? Whoa! We're taking off there in the front for some reason. Why was that happening? Are those tail... Oh, that's the side effect probably of the tail fins being angled slightly upwards like that. But yeah, so you can see the handling is clearly way worse with the wheels cambered outwards instead of cambered inwards. Ow. So I definitely prefer it this way with the wheels cambered outwards. So now let's do some experiments. Let's see what happens if we do actually raise the wheels or lower the wheels, so we raise the back up a little bit and have ourselves a little bit more of a forward lean. All right, so actually this isn't even more of a forward lean. This is more equal, even though the wheels are raised up by 1. That's really interesting. Okay, well, what is happening? Our suspension doesn't seem to work anymore. Like, what is with this? I do not like that. That wasn't happening before, but now it seems to be happening. You know what? I think this may be a symptom of having the steering hinges after the suspension. So let's actually reverse this. We'll move the steering back on the other side of the suspension, and we'll see if that works now. Let's see what happens. It settles, like, it starts to do it, but you can see it actually settles down now. So it seems like that was part of the problem, but maybe not the entire problem. Yeah, it's working better at least. So we got something, some improvement. All right, but what I do want to do next is try the big wheels. We're gonna see how the big wheels compare, and we might need to add some more engines as well. But I'm gonna try to have 2 sets of big wheels, just like I have 2 sets of the small wheels. All right, now this is more of what I'm talking about. Look at that. Like, it has the more of a frontwards angle now, and that just makes it look so much better. But the only problem with this is, here, let's go spawn back here. Our max speed, I think, is drastically reduced. So here we go. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can. Oh, wait a minute. Why is our hoverpad not working? Our hover pad is just... What? Oh, now it's working. Oh. Because of the slight forward angle, these are now causing the hover pad to be pushed downwards. So let's see if we can even this out a little bit. What happens if we raise the wheels in the back? All right, now it's more even, but let's see if we still start getting pushed down in the front. No, we're doing okay, but you can see our speed, like 90. Yeah, maxing out around like 90. So let's add some more engines to this thing. I'm gonna see, oh, I can add some right there. That's really convenient. All right, so now let's see how this thing goes. It feels so much less powerful. I doubled up the engines, and what do we capped out at like 170 with the small wheels, and then these things are capping out at 125 with double the engine power. So that's disappointing, but I think it looks cooler. Don't you guys think it looks cooler? What's more important, looks or speed? I'll leave a poll up in the corner right here. You can vote. What do you like better in Trailmakers, looks or speed? Now, I know ideally you want the best of both worlds. You want something that's fast and looks awesome. But when it comes to wheel sizes, you're gonna have to make a sacrifice. Now, the next big thing I kind of want to tweak my way out of is I don't like having these steering hinges on the back because I think they just take away a lot of stability from the vehicle. So if I just remove those, you can see though how much less our steering radius is. But you can also see how much more stable our wheels tend to be. Like, this is so much more stable. So we may need to come up with a way to steer a little bit more effectively without using steering hinges on those actual wheels. Okay, so the next best thing that I came up with was adding wings to the back, tail fins to the back, that also kind of steer and give us rear wing steering, I guess you could call it. And it seems to help a little bit, but it is still slightly worse than the wheels themselves having steering. But you can see the suspension is so much more stable now when they aren't put on any type of steering. So I don't want to put that, I don't want to put the steering back on the wheels. I'd rather just have what we have right now. It's not the best, but it's not half bad. Aesthetically, I like it better. Let's go off a jump and see if we can handle it. I'm assuming that our hover pad isn't going to be able to soften the landing and it's just going to fall off. All right, here we go. Oh. Oh, if the back wheels land first. Oh, that was nice. Ow. Ooh, we lost some of our, ow. Oh, okay. We lost some of our aerodynamic pieces, but we're still in working order. I am really surprised that this thing is surviving. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. Whoops. Oh, you know what we can get more speed out of? Thrusters. This thing totally deserves some thrusters. Let's slap some thrusters on this thing and have some fun. All right, there we go. We got 4 thrusters in the back. This should add a decent amount of speed. Oh, this is actually somewhat disappointing. Oh, no, there we go. There we go. We're picking up 200. I'm really surprised that the hover pad isn't being overridden. 225. So we increased it by about 100 kilometers an hour just by adding those 4 thrusters. Honestly, not as much as I was expecting, but still, it's an increase nonetheless. All right, let's go ahead and try this thing off of a jump now. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get decimated. I pretty much like to keep modifying and pushing my creations until they just can't stand to even survive anymore. Oh boy, okay. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? All of the necessary parts are intact. We lost half of our engines, we lost all of our thrusters, but our wheels and our hover pad and even our steering is still intact. That was unbelievable. Okay, let's try this again. All right, you're gonna get destroyed this time. You're not gonna survive. Oh, we're gonna go through. No, we're not. Oh, whoa. Almost. You almost survived that one, but you lost the hover pad. It actually disappeared completely somehow. All right, here we go. Come on. Oh, boy. It does not have a lot of control once we're up there. And nice and gentle landing. Upside down landing. Okay. This is working. Oh. What? Of all ways to get completely destroyed, it's the tiniest little hump onto a curve. We didn't even hardly even get any air. All right, so now if we go fast enough, hover pads are supposed to be able to go across water, but we only have 1 hover pad, so... The next obvious step is to just take it across this ramp here and see if it can survive. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, there's so many steps of failure on this. All right, and then finally, we're just gonna bring it down to its ultimate demise right here. That's what I like to see, just the crushing collapsing of something I've worked so hard to build. All right, well, let me know what you think. What should we call this thing? I don't know what to call it. It's a hover wheel hybrid creation trike. It's a trike at the same time. I mean, it's got 4 wheels in the back, but you know, it's like 2 on one side and 1 in the front. It's a trike, okay? It's still a trike. I don't know, but what would you call it? Leave a comment down below. Now, if you enjoyed this creation, make sure you've seen the concept car that it was inspired by right here on the end screen. Just click this video. I hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this is ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.